So then on the back of the last video, it's when it, people say, "Oh, you're doing your meditations every day." It's sort of almost laughable to me in the context of trying to match with that consciousness, because like I said, it doesn't ever stop. It's living in that meditative state. It is that meditative state. So, to say you're doing your meditations every day is great, but are you living your meditation? And this eyes open, eyes closed meditating, to me, is where it's at. There's times where I've felt that exhaustion because I've been working on that meditative state all the time. I meditate through the CDs and the sessions, and then as soon as that's done, I go about my day and I'm listening to my mind-moving music, and I'm walking down the street, but I'm seeing the images of my future, and then I'm eating my food, and I'm seeing how that's reprogramming my body and upgrading my body to the new body. And then when I go to pay for anything throughout my day, I'm seeing the abundance of money coming into my life, and I'm seeing, I'm constantly working towards matching this energy all the time. And it can get tiring, and so I've been traveling a lot, I've been moving around a lot, trying to maintain that state, and when I slip out of it, see what it is that takes me out of it, bring myself back into it. But there's times where I just need a break, I just need to rest, and not just raise my energy, but reset my energy, reboot my energy, and let my body catch up. Because I've learnt that lesson a long time ago. You can't just keep training constantly all the time without giving the body and the mind a chance to recover and to reboot and update itself. But even that is part of the training, right? So it's really this whole balancing act that comes into play. And it's funny because one of my tokens is balance. So whether that's something I need to focus on more or something I'm doing well at, either way, we need to acknowledge that and find the middle ground between those two. And I think it's when I look at nature and how nature balances itself, we talk about these cycles of day-night, and to us on a human level, 12 hours in, 12 hours off, 12 hours in, 12 hours off, and then you go to a place like Iceland, and then it's daylight, it's daytime for months, and then it's nighttime for months with only a few hours of daylight. So the cycle is much, much longer. And then, you talk about cycles like the seasons, winter to summer. And that's like the earth breathing. And that's a long breath, man. 1 year. Imagine breathing in for 6 months, holding it for a while, and then breathing out for 6 months. And then, you've got that. And then you've got the solar year, the galactic year of 26,000 years. And then there's cycles beyond that and cycles beyond that. And they just keep ever expanding and getting larger and larger, and also getting smaller and smaller. And all the while, this consciousness is containing the whole lot of it. So scaling up and down through time cycles and different scales beyond time, it just blows my mind. It's boggling. Sometimes I just sit there and I trip out on it for hours and hours, and it just, sometimes I get little downloads and insights, and other times I feel like I haven't gotten anywhere at all. I just come back fried completely, like, oh God, what the hell just happened? So yeah, it's funny. I laugh at myself a lot. Oh man, some of the shit that goes through my mind.